What's up, everybody? Happy almost Friday. We got through the week. We got to Friday. We got through Thursday today. So happy Thursday. It's Thursday night, July 9th, 2026. I'm just gonna shoot the shit with you guys tonight. Pretty good day for me. Um, I'm 3 for 3 so far in the gym. Tomorrow will be 4 days. I want to talk about the gym and why it's so important as a man. I believe that every man should be going to the gym because and I'm not saying you got to be one of those guys that goes 7 days a week all the time. Like, that's actually unnecessary because your body only gets bigger, or whatever your goal is, gets leaner when you rest. But the work still needs to be done. I'm usually doing about 3 to 4 good days a week. I really shoot for 5, but with my job, it's physically demanding. So, some days you just, you don't want to overstimulate the nervous system and work out too hard or work out too much. But anyway, men need the gym because it's a foundation for how life actually is. Because with the gym, you have to tear down something to build up, and that's really the same formula as life itself. You have to tear down. You have to be torn down by life in order to rebuild the person you want to become, or be the person you want to be. Because it's not easy out here at all. It's getting harder and harder. We all know times are getting harder and harder, especially for men. Because women, I'm not saying it's not hard for women, but they will always have it easier as far as sexual partners, opportunities, and yes, opportunities, especially in these days. Girls, they'll get a raise or they'll get promoted to a useless job position just because they're pretty or they're hot. And that's just a fact. I mean, even if you're a good looking guy, you still have to work pretty hard to kind of prove yourself. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Men need the gym. I mean, you don't have to try to be about it. It's not about being a bodybuilder. It's not trying to show off. It's getting into a fit physique. Because when you're fit, your mind follows. Like, it just, you can't really be a fit health. I mean, I've seen people that are physically really good looking, but their mental is whack. That's because they're on steroids. They're using recreational drugs, stuff like that. But if you just stay sober, I mean, if you want to have your little fun on the weekend, drinking a little bit, smoking, don't do too much. Never do too much, and don't overeat if you do go out and have fun. That's where the calories really add up. Because I used to be 225, 230 pounds, and I was just massive. I was big, yeah, but like I wasn't, there was no definition. There was no striations. There was no cut. And being lean is the best way to go in life. People treat you so much differently when they could see the veins and the striations. It's different. People treat you different. It's not about being bigger than anybody else either. You should never compare yourself to anybody else because you are your own. Only person you should ever compare yourself with is the guy in the mirror. And you guys know I always say it. I'm 31 years old. When I was in my 20s, I was always just trying to be bigger than the biggest guy or better looking than the best looking guy. And it's so toxic because that's not possible. How are you going to look better than somebody that is them? Like, it's just, you should focus on being a better version of yourself. Only compete with yourself. We live in a culture, hustle culture. You got to outdo everybody else. You got to outdo everybody else. Fuck that bullshit. You do not have to outdo everybody else. You got to outdo your old self. That's it. It's actually very simple, but the powers may be and all these assholes, these stupid influencers. Yeah, you can. I mean, dude, it's not a contest. There's no contest because nobody wins anything. It's just all bullshit. You should always be in competition with your past self. Self improvement, but don't get lost in the sauce either. I was there at one point. A lot of men have been there. They just get lost in like self improvement, and it starts to take a massive toll in their actual life. And you don't want it to interfere with anything important. The gym is important for your health, and it's important to look good, but don't let it consume you. Like, if you put on an extra couple pounds, don't beat yourself up. Be like, oh, I'm disgusting now. Just don't make it a snowball effect. So what? We all gain a couple pounds every now and then. It's easy to lose. It's actually very easy. You just stop eating. Drink some coffee, some stimulants, or eat healthy. I would say my biggest change was the food I was eating. It's so easy to eat really horrible foods. There's fast food right down the road for everybody, and they do that on purpose. But even a bag of chips, even that. I mean, I'm like religious when I look up the calories on everything. But if it's something like grilled chicken, chicken breast, eggs, I don't even care to count the calories because you can eat as many eggs and chicken as you want. You're not going to get fat. You'll get full before you get fat. Trust me, that's very calorie dense foods is the way to go. But I just think the gym, especially in these uncertain times, when you don't know what you'll have to do, you don't know what you'll have to do. So it's very important to be physically fit, mentally fit, spiritual fit, and financial fit. It all goes hand in hand. And I truly believe if you have a good body naturally, which is very hard to maintain and get, it's very hard to get a good physique naturally. And when I mean hard, I mean it's harder to look all lean and ripped naturally because these guys on steroids, these guys on these drugs make it look so fucking easy. I wouldn't listen to any man on steroids, especially if he's in his 20s or 30s. Don't even pay attention to those idiots. They're dumb. Okay, they're on drugs. Now, men they start dropping in testosterone late 40s, 50s, obviously 60s. Most men do. And if you want to go to the doctor, if you feel like shit and you feel like your testosterone's low, then yes, get on something, but don't blast. Don't blast steroids. Don't blast none of that. That shit it'll fuck your life up more than you think it'll help. A lot of these young guys blasting steroids are idiots, you know, because I mean they think, oh, it's just the body. I'm gonna be ripped. But they don't understand the side effects, man. Because I did this shit my early 20s. I did one cycle at 18 and one cycle at 20. And I'm telling you, this shit does not, being ripped and lean and looking like a monster is not worth the side effects that you get. You can't sleep. You can't think right. You're always like angry. I'm naturally already an angry person. Not necessarily angry. I guess I just have a short fuse. But if you already have those problems and getting on steroids, it's going to make you 10 times that. So whatever you naturally are, if you're already naturally an angry person or you got a short fuse, getting on steroids is the dumbest thing you could possibly do. But being fit is the goal for me now, and it should be the goal for everybody. Being fit, being happy, looking good, feeling good. I mean, it's not something to be obsessed over, that's for sure. And it takes patience. And I love studying patience. I love practicing patience because it's so I get so into, oh, I just want this thing. I just want this thing. It's like you got to be patient. You got to be patient. It will come. Absolutely will come. And the thing we want so much always comes when we're not even caring about anything. It's so ass backwards. It's so funny. It's a paradox. The things we want the most end up coming when we're not even worried about it anymore. But that's how it works. That's how it works. I don't know. That's really what I wanted to talk about tonight. I don't really have. I've talked about, yesterday was the mass surveillance thing. I didn't want to go too tinfoil hat today. I mean, all this stuff is true and it's happening, but yeah, I just want to talk about something light, something like the gym. I talk about basically everything on this channel, pretty much anything. If you guys ever want to leave suggestions. But I think that's going to be the video tonight, guys. Please like if you like the video, subscribe if you want. And yes, please comment if you want me to talk about any certain topics on my next video. But Thursday night, we almost made it to the weekend. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Love y'all.